Your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I think today was always going to be a very difficult match to play against Maria Sakkari. She's an unbelievable player and probably one of the best athletes out there on tour. So I knew that before the match I was going to have to play some of my best tennis if I wanted a chance. And honestly, I think I played some of my best tennis today, especially here in New York. I knew that I was going to have to be super aggressive, and I managed to execute. So, I'm just really happy with today's performance.
Very good. Thank you very much. Questions? Don't be shy. Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Players keep coming in here and talking about you and Layla, and they keep saying they're young, they don't have any pressure on them, they're playing free. Do you think they're thinking about this sport all wrong, or do you think at some point the pressure is going to land on you, or do you actually feel pressure right now and you're just dealing with it well?
I think that, honestly, being young, there is an element of you do play completely free, but I'm sure that when I'm, older or have more experience, and the same will happen to me. I think the tables will turn, some younger players will come through. But honestly, right now, I'm just thinking of the game plan, how to execute, and that's what's landed me in this situation. It hasn't been focusing on, who's expected to win this match or that one. I think it's just taking care of the day, and that's what I'm doing quite well at the moment.
Mike.
Mike Dixon, Daily Mail. I think you said the other day that I could be wrong, that you played Layla like under 12s or something like that?
Junior Wimbledon.
Junior Wimbledon, or you've known her kind of since 12, 13. Could you just sort of cast your mind back to the first time you encountered her, either at a practice court or when you played each other or in the juniors circuit or wherever?
Yeah, I think it was maybe Orange Bowl, under 12s or something like. It was definitely under 12s. We first encountered each other because I was born in Toronto and she was Canadian, so we kind of made a little relationship back then. But yeah, then I played her at Junior Wimbledon. But obviously since then we've both come very far in our games and as people. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be extremely different to when we last encountered each other. But we're both playing good tennis, so it'll be a good match.
Okay,
congratulations, first of all. Are you aware of quite how much impact you're having back in the UK? I mean, not only have you been all over the back pages of the newspapers, you've been all over the front pages as well. I know you're in a bit of a bubble here physically and in quarantine circumstances, but are you aware of quite the reaction that you're going to get? People waking up if they weren't watching already this morning in Britain are going to. You're the most famous person in the UK. How do you feel about that? And are you aware of the reaction, and what would you say to them?
Honestly, thank you to anyone who's following any of the results here. It really means a lot, all of the support I'm receiving and the messages, and I'm sorry if I can't reply to all of them, but I'm honestly just here physically, and also, I give my phone away, I don't really check it, but I'm very appreciative of all the support, and honestly, I don't really realize what's going on back home because I've just been so focused here and keeping it tight and close with my team.
Willie.
Hi, Willie Weinbaum from ESPN, and I asked the same question of Layla a few minutes ago. How would you describe what you've accomplished so far?
A surprise. Pretty. Yeah, I just can't believe it. A shock. Crazy. All of the above. But yeah, it means a lot to be here in this situation. I wanted obviously to be playing Grand Slams, but I didn't know how soon that would be. And to be in a Grand Slam final at this stage in my career, I have no words, but I just want to thank everyone who has supported me in this journey. I think that from a young age, the LTA is taking me under its wing and really helped me out through a lot from a young age. And my team back home, and also my team that are physically here with me, I wouldn't be here without them.
Okay. Ben?
Ben Offenberg, New York Times. I'm curious, so if you win the U.S. Open in 2 days, that's probably going to be your biggest trophy title of your career. But I'm curious what it currently is. What's what's your favorite trophy you've won? What's the biggest tournament you've won? I was looking through your ITF record. I saw you won like a grade 2 in Moldova or something, and a few others. But I was wondering, like currently, what's your favorite trophy that would be number one right now?
I won a 25,000 in Pune 2 years ago. That's probably my biggest title to date, but this is obviously by far my best achievement so far, and yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it's all to play for on Saturday.
Okay, Chris.
Chris Clary, what's the first Grand Slam final you remember watching? And just what does it mean to you to get into a Grand Slam final, very simply?
Yeah, I think the first Grand Slam final was Wimbledon. My first experiences were just watching it on TV and also going there as a kid. One of my childhood coaches would take us on trips, day trips to Wimbledon, and it was such a great experience. And then to play there this year in the main draw meant so much to me, having watched from a young age.
Do you remember who you watched in the final the first time?
I think, no, I don't, sorry.
And what does it mean to you, sorry?
It means everything to me to be here in the main draw, first of all, and then in the final of the Grand Slam in the US Open. I always had dreams of playing in Grand Slams, but I just didn't know when they would come, and to come this early and at this point in my career. I've only really been on tour for a month, 2 months since Wimbledon, so it's pretty crazy to me.
Emma Stewart Fraser, The Times. I found the first tweet about you the other day, and it was 10 years ago, and it mentioned a 4-love win at the Bromley Autumn Tournament. And I just wondered, it seems that the activity around you picked up when you won that ITF in Liverpool, I think maybe 13.
Yeah.
When did you sort of realise when you were younger, I guess as a child you want to do well in your local area, but when did you realise I could perhaps do things internationally? Yeah,
I think from a young age, what was really good was the LTA were running a lot of camps and also trips abroad. So Tennis Europe's, ITFs, they took us through all the stages. And I had a great experience at Auray under 12s and also Bressuire under 11. So when I won Bressuire under 11, that was like the first real sign. I was like, wow, I mean, I just won something internationally. And then again in Auray, I made semis. So when I started having results early on those trips, it definitely was eye-opening that I could do something. But I never really realized that I would take tennis as a career until maybe two years ago. I always have my education as a backup, or I was doing it alongside my tennis, so I had options, and I still do, but obviously I'm 100% in my tennis now.
Okay. I only have time for one more in the room, then I have to go back.
Oh, no. Steve Brennan, The Sun. Just go back to Layla. Once you became friends with her at 12, did you sort of stay in contact and remain friends with her, or did you sort of drift and not really?
No, we didn't really speak. Whenever we saw each other at tournaments, we would be friendly and say hello, and very nice girl, and we get on well. But no, we don't really stay in contact.
Okay, we're going to go viral. Monitor on the left. Mike, you are live.
Yeah, hi, Mike McIntyre from Match Point Canada. I wanted to ask you a question about your Canadian connection, because while Leila Annie's been getting a lot of attention and excitement up here over the last couple of weeks, Canadian fans have also been full of pride to mention that you are from Toronto. Can you walk us through your Canadian roots a little bit, and what does it mean to get so much support as well from your country of origin?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to have support from Canada. I was born there and I lived there for a couple years before I moved to London. I have a Canadian passport, so to have that support definitely means a lot. But yeah, I mean, to play Layla on Saturday, it will be a tough match for sure. She's playing great tennis, but I think I'm also playing very good tennis. So yeah, I'm excited to go out there, and I'm sure there'll be a good atmosphere for both of us.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Aki, you are live.
Hi, congratulations. I think it's kind of a follow-up question. I think both you and Layla has kind of similar background. Both of you guys have like an Asian mother and born in Canada, moved to a different country. And it's kind of similar path and background to Naomi, I think. So do you think it's happening just by accident or like a coincidence, or is there any kind of role model you guys look up to or something?
Yeah, I think that for me, having a Chinese mom, she definitely instilled from a young age, you know, hard work, discipline. I think that for me, when I was younger, I would take a lot of inspiration from Li Na. And even now, just the way that she was such a fierce competitor. But I think all her belief, she had extremely good weapons, her movement, her mentality, but her inner strength and belief definitely stood out for me. And I remember watching her play Schiavone in the French Open final, I'm pretty sure. And that was definitely, it was a long, tough match, but the amount of mental strength and resilience she's shown, I mean, that match still sticks in my head to this day.
Thank you, Aki. Courtney, welcome. You have the last question.
Thank you very much. Hi, Emma. Congratulations. Just speaking on your trajectory, obviously, through the event, I know that you say that you're surprised, and that's understandable, but with respect to just the scorelines and the level of tennis that you're playing, does that aspect surprise you?
Yeah, I think that leading up to the US Open, I had a lot of matches coming in. I played a 125 in Chicago and a 100K the week before. So I think I was building with each match. But here in the US Open, I wasn't really sure how my level was going to be. But in a way, my tennis level has surprised me in the way that I've managed to step up against some of the best players in the world. I personally think that inside, I knew I had some sort of level inside of me that was similar to these girls, but I didn't know if I was able to maintain it over a set or over 2 sets. So to be able to do it and play the best players in the world and beat them, I honestly can't believe it, but it's been extremely difficult because, you know, they always fight. They have so much experience, which they use. And yeah, I'm just so proud to have come through very tough moments in all of my matches.